Hey girls and boys. How's it going? It's kind of a nice day. Just got the cows some water, or Spice and Yammy some water. I've got them in the yard, and the other rest of the cows are down in the field. I'm getting ready to go run them a run, and you can see the walnut trees are losing their walnuts. All those walnuts there, and they're just literally, I mean, it's kind of hard to see them in this grass, but they're just littered everywhere. And it's dangerous to walk under this, especially these two walnut trees right here, because there's still a lot of walnuts left in them. And they fall from a long ways. When they hit the house, it's almost like hail hitting the roof. And pretty soon they'll all be off. You can still see some right there. Pretty soon they'll all be off, and then it won't be so dangerous to walk out here. Jamie was walking out here earlier with a bucket on top of her head, or just holding it over her head so it didn't, if a walnut fell, it didn't knock her. Yep, there was one. So I just got the cows moved, and I'm down here in our bottom pasture. It's really nice. A little bit of a breeze. It's actually really warm today. It's like 80 degrees right now. But the breeze makes it kind of nice. And naturally, as soon as I start trying to talk to the camera, the breeze decides it wants to pick up. So hopefully this translates. So as you guys saw from the title of this video, we had a very hard thing happen. And a lot of people who have livestock and cattle and stuff like that probably, I don't know, maybe they'll understand and maybe they won't. A lot of people who have a lot of livestock, a lot of cattle, they probably don't understand because they're not as close to each animal as we are, having a smaller herd and essentially hand raised. So what happened was, and this has been several weeks ago now, we had a storm roll through on a Saturday night. Nothing necessarily major out of the norm. I want to say we got half an inch of rain, 3/4 of an inch of rain, maybe. Nothing fancy. There was some lightning, but that's not unusual for us to get quite a bit of lightning. We had checked on them Saturday. Everybody was good. The storm went through Saturday night. We did our thing Sunday. We went to church and got home from church, and we just kind of hung around, did a little bit of chores. Didn't really get involved in much outside of watering and stuff like that. Well, Sunday night, Jamie had gone outside, and she said, I hear what sounds like one of our cows bothering in the distance. And I didn't really think anything of it, you know. So I went outside, and I couldn't tell if it was one of ours or one of our neighbors' cows, but I thought, I'll just go check anyway. It's not a big deal. So I jumped on the four-wheeler and went out and went down into the field where they were, and with, four-wheeler headlights and a flashlight, and looking all over the place, and I was finding them all except for Sugar and Sweet Pea, which I thought was really weird because normally Sugar especially is the first one to come greet you when you go out into the field. She's super friendly. She's been in just about every video that we've made where we've had the cows with us. She just wants to be with you, and she wants to be scratched and petted, and so I thought it was really weird. So I rode around trying to find her, and I finally came up over a little knoll and I found him. And both Sugar and Sweet Pea were dead. They were kind of in between two trees in a row of trees, and the only thing that I could see is the trees that they were standing under, or they themselves had gotten struck by lightning. I couldn't see any noticeable wounds or anything like that. And then the way that they were laying, you could tell they had just dropped. It's not like they laid down and died. They just, where they were standing, they just dropped. And it was a blow. It was a blow. It was like a sucker punch in the gut, really, because you guys have seen Sugar has been with us. She was, her and Spice were the two first cows that we ever got. We bought them bred, and they were bred with sexed semen, so we got 2 heifer calves when they gave birth. And Sweet Pea was Sugar's calf. And if you remember, Sweet Pea is the one who gave birth to Yammy this year. So luckily Yammy is old enough to not need mom's milk anymore and everything like that. But and it was a real bummer. Is about the least that I could say. Heartbreaking, devastating. They were part of our herd, really, and more than that, they were pets, and it's unfortunate. So what makes the whole thing even worse is we have livestock insurance through our homeowners insurance, and it's more walnuts falling. And so what the livestock insurance through our homeowners policy is basically to protect us if our animals ever should get out and get hit by cars or something like that. Basically, it gives us liability. So Jamie reached out to our insurance adjuster, and the answer that they gave us was we have to have the vet out to verify that they didn't die from poisoning or they eating something that they shouldn't have, that it wasn't de-lightning, which is fine, I understand. But then they would only pay market value for the estimated weight. And market value for dairy cattle is not very good. Plus the deductible is $1,550. So at the end of it, it's very possible we would have ended up owing money. So when we were looking at buying the dairy cattle, we were wanting them for the milk. And all of us have developed a milk allergy of some sort. A lot of studies have found that the A2 milk protein is actually easier to digest. It's the globules are easier for people to digest. A lot of people who otherwise couldn't drink milk could drink A2 milk, including us. We had a neighbor in Colorado who had an A2 cow, and we had gotten some milk from her, and we could drink it, and it wouldn't make our guts upset. Now, we weren't drinking it in huge amounts or anything like that, but we could still have a glass of milk, and it wouldn't upset our gut, and it wouldn't make us gassy, and it wouldn't cause all the problems that we've been having with store-bought milk. So the search was on, and we found our two A2 cows. We bought them, and we paid extra so they could be bred to an A2 bull with sexed semen, so we would get 2 heifer calves out of them. So we could sell the calves, or have more breeding and milking stock, essentially. And we brought all 4 of them with us from Colorado here to Missouri. And so Spicy gave birth to Stuffing, and Sugar gave birth to Sweet Pea. And we were able to sell Stuffing and make a little bit of money off of her. And we'd gone back and forth on whether we wanted to keep or sell Sweet Pea. And we kind of come up with that we were going to keep her, and she was going to become part of our farm permanently. When Sugar was out laying down in the field, I could go and lay down with her and pet her and lean up against her, and she was just as fine as could be. She was she was a good cow. And Sweet Pea was her daughter, had a lot of the same mannerisms and characteristics, which is often the case. And so it's a devastating blow, to say the least. That's part of the reason why I haven't been on in a while, haven't made any videos, is not only have we been dealing with that, but also we've had a really nasty cold going through the house, and it's just been a rough few weeks for us, for sure. So we could really use your thoughts and prayers. Keep us lifted up, and that we would have strength and wisdom and peace, health, and perseverance. We could sure use all of that, because it's very disheartening when you feel like you're doing everything that you can, and something like that happens. It's completely out of your control. All in all, it's just it's a bummer, but these things happen, and there's nothing that we can do to change what's happened. We can just try to move on and learn from it, and understand that this happens, and that it's okay, and that it's also okay to grieve. We put a lot into our animals, all of them, and we spend time with them. Hopefully this video wasn't too much of a downer. It's just life, and we debated, Jamie and I did, on whether we wanted to show this or to talk about this on a video or not, and I thought the whole point of this channel is to kind of show our lives and show what we do, and what the farm is like, and some of the struggles, and some of the wins. And so this is one of the struggles, and it's a bad struggle. So, but this is real, and that's why I finally ultimately made the decision to make this video and share this with you all. I appreciate you watching, and I appreciate you liking and subscribing. We are up to 202. We were up to 203, but somebody decided they didn't want to subscribe anymore. So we are up to 202 subscribers, which is amazing. And I appreciate each and every one of you who has subscribed. And I appreciate everybody who watches these videos, whether you're a subscriber or not. I just appreciate you watching. And I hope you get entertainment valuable content, and you get to see my family's life. So if you're not subscribed and you would like to, I would sure appreciate it. And I appreciate you liking, commenting, and sharing the video. You guys have a great day. Be blessed and be a blessing to somebody else. Bye-bye.